Hi there, this is Yvon Prehn, and this is section 13 from my little series You Can Do It, which is an overview of all of the different things that you can do in church communications in your church. This is our wrap up, what to do next, and some final encouragements. A summary and review of these 13 sessions, you really can do it all. I truly believe that with the resources that are available to you today in the church, you can create all of the marketing, all of the communications, the websites, the digital materials, the printed materials. You can do them all in-house with your people and for very low cost. Now, it's not quick, simple, or easy. There is a lot of work involved, but it is definitely worth it. Where to go from here? Recognize that you can't do it all at once. I hope in this overview that I've given you an idea of a number of things you can do. On this website, there are many, many resources. I just touched on a lot of topics that I go into great depth in other areas. Pick one area. Perhaps you want to learn how to do writing better. Go to that section. Maybe you want more strategy. Read articles on that. On many of my articles, I not only have the written form, but I have it in an audio version. Whatever way is easiest for you, take that in. Pick one area. Maybe you want to promote small groups. That one area. Measure the results. I also have how to do that on this site and charts and things like that that will help you. And then take the next step. Then maybe you want to improve how people come to your Sunday morning service or to a service event or to a singles ministry, or you want to improve your children's communications. Whatever it is, take one area, research it, work on it, and track your progress. Continue learning. Communications it's just vast, and I think that's been one of the challenges in the church with the computer. People have sort of thought, well, oh, it's just quick and easy and just get something done and out there. But to really think through a communications program, to create all of the materials that you need to create, to update them, to do all of the things that you need to do to really have an effective church communications ministry takes time. And it takes money. Now, not a whole lot of money. This website, I trust, is very reasonable, the training on it, but there is a little bit of a cost involved. There's on Lynda, which is the site that I recommend, lynda.com, lynda.com, for learning software. There's a cost there. Again, that's not very much, but there is a little bit of money involved. Not much, but a little bit. But also schedule time for it. That's probably the biggest thing you need to budget, is giving the people that work in the church, say 1 or 2 hours a week, where they just can learn, where they can research. You have to protect that time. If you're an individual looking at this series, you've got to make time for it, and it's really hard. I know myself, much of my learning has happened very late at night when everybody's in bed and I'm up there looking at some learning tapes on the computer. That's not my favorite time to learn it, but sometimes that's the only time that I can learn it. And so whatever it is, take the time. It will definitely be worth it. If you are just watching this video in some sort of a setting where you're not actually on this website, please go to churchcomtraining.com. That is my learning website, and there are so many things on there that will help you. If there's stuff that you would like to learn and it's not there, let me know. And chances are I've got it in my archives, or I can either research it or create it for you. My email is yvonprehn@aol.com, yvonprehn@aol.com. And I would be happy to add additional things. Remember, in closing, also in this series, GIGO, that the computer programmers, their little saying, and that stood for garbage in, garbage out. And the whole point of that is whatever you put inside your programming, that's what's going to come out. And it's the same with our spirits and our whole attitude and approach to church communications. We want to stay in the Word. You want to pray a lot. because if you have God's word and you're talking to him, if that's what fills and saturates your life, that's what's going to come out in your communications. And two, remember the Lord did not put you in church communications to drown. Now what I mean by that is if he called you, he has tasks he wants you to accomplish. And I sometimes in my Sunday school classes, I remind people of the story of when Jesus was with his disciples and they got into the boat and he said, "Let's go over to the other side of the lake." Now they got in the middle of the lake and the storm comes up and it's tossing and turning and all this kind of thing. And the disciples are going, you know, we're going to drown, we're going to die, you don't care. And Jesus, remember, he didn't say, we're going to go out in the middle of the lake and drown. He said, we're going to the other side. Now, he didn't promise them a smooth ride. And that's where we sometimes get thrown off. The Lord wants you to be successful in your church communications. It might not always be easy. You might get into the middle of a task and you might think, Lord, I'm just going to die. I cannot finish this website. I can't learn this, whatever it is. You might feel like you're going to drown, but you won't. Because remember too, he says, as your days, so shall your strength be. Sometimes you don't know how you're going to get through something until you're in the middle of it. But remember, he's there to help. He's there to see you safely to the other side. And finally, refocus your vision. You know, they tell us if we work on the computer that a lot of times we need to look up and away from the computer. It refocuses our eyes because looking too closely at the computer, it can be very hard on us. And I think that's a really good idea to just overall to focus your vision on eternity. Remember that you are doing communications for eternal results. Our tools will crumble. Someday the computer will be just a dim, dim memory in eternity. But the people that come to Jesus, that are spending eternity with Jesus because of your communications, that will last forever. That's your joy. That is your reward. And that will never, never go away. So, Lord bless you as you do your church communications now and always.